Florida. It's time to get ready to race. It's the Formula One Miami Grand Prix. Rev up your engine, South Florida.
Miami for sure on top of the list.
The biggest stars in the world coming to town for the big party. But this F1 explosion in America wasn't born in Miami. The rebirth started right here at this amazing track in Austin, Texas.
The energy around the track is what has really made this special.
Now this sport's racing to take over America, from the futuristic circuit at Hard Rock to speeding 200 miles per hour down the famous Las Vegas Strip. Tonight, we're taking you straight to the starting grid. Get ready, Miami. It's lights out and away we go.
You're watching Local 10's Ready to Race.
And welcome back to Ready to Race. You know, all those little drivers with big dreams when they want to be race car drivers early on all start in the same place, racing karts as kids. But now, as early as their teens, early teens, kids are getting behind the wheel of real race cars. And that's what's happening in Homestead, where they're learning in a fast pace. Our Clay Farrow is live in Homestead tonight with more on some future stars of the sport.
Now, Will, you may be watching these F1 superstars and wondering to yourself, how do those drivers get there? Well, it turns out you can get there from here, but you got to start early.
The 200th race of the hybrid era goes to Max Verstappen.
Before, Max Verstappen raced his way to superstardom on the F1 stage. He was racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway and other tracks, driving F4 as a teenager.
My main role in racing is to pick and cultivate the next generation of Formula One and IndyCar drivers. So ideally I'll start the kids at ages 12, 13, 14's even a little late.
Eric Jensen trains drivers like Cash and Roman Felber, who were just 13 years old.
We went to the Austin Grand Prix Formula One in 2022, and I just loved the speed of the cars, so I was like, how can we do it?
It's very fast-paced. It's a lot of fun, and you just never know what the next day's going to bring.
One of the biggest differences between F1 and F4 is speed. Formula One cars can go over 220 miles an hour, but these certainly aren't slow. These cars top out at over 130 miles an hour, which, as you can see in here, is plenty fast. Point out the stuff that makes this so unique.
So this is the wishbone and everything. This is the suspension right here. The brakes are actually pretty big for a open wheel car. The car is fully carbon fiber everywhere, even though it's wrapped, it's fully carbon fiber everywhere, the whole car. And then it has a front wing and a rear wing, so it's generating a little bit of downforce.
Jensen says starting them at a young age is critical for drivers who have dreams of hitting the F1 stage.
Well, it takes years to be a race car driver, so if you don't start at 13, 14, you're not going to be ready by the time you're 20, 21.
You may be asking, is it safe for 13-year-olds to be driving cars like these?
You know, it's like teaching a kid to ride a bike. You got to let them go, and that's a tough moment when you let them go, but I don't mind letting them go here because I know inherently they're very safe.
I try not to think about 130 miles an hour. I was a registered nurse. I worked in ICU, ER, OR. I did anesthesia. I've done it all, I've seen it all, and I try not to think about that because I need to be as supportive to them so they can follow their dream and their passion. So I just make sure I protect them as much as possible with the best gear and the best helmet that we can get.
So to go to the podium and see the enjoyment that a young person gets from getting the most out of themselves, it's so much fun.
And you got to know Cash and Roman right there. You're really going to get to know them coming up on our Finish Line special on Sunday after the race. Two great kids, big personalities. Will, we're going to hear a lot more from them coming up on Sunday.
How about those future stars of Formula One? When we come back here on Local 10's Finish Line special, our Clay Farrow is coming right back, and he's going to show you maybe some future F1 drivers. The future of the sport could be happening down in Homestead. That's coming your way when Local 10's Finish Line continues right after this.
You're watching Local 10's Finish Line.
We saw the upset today. Lando Norris getting this victory for his McLaren team. But what about the future of F1, the future stars? Where do they start off? Maybe part of that is in Homestead, maybe part of it is South Florida here. Our Clay Ferrero has more on some of the future young stars of F1. Clay?
And Will, how many kids are watching right now and wondering, how can we do that? Well, we found twin boys who were chasing that dream really fast.
I'm Cash Felber, I'm 13 years old, and I'm from Akron, Ohio. I'm Roman Felber, I'm 13 years old, and I'm from Akron, Ohio. We went to the Austin Grand Prix Formula 1 in 2022, and I just love the speed of the cars, so I was like, how can we do this?
They were like, man, how can we do this? And I was like, hey, you know what, we'll figure it out. If you want to do this professionally, let's get back home, figure this out.
Even before seeing F1 up close, Cash and Roman Felber were racing and competing.
We got them a Segway electric go-kart when they were 8 years old, and they went out in the driveway and just started racing it around and creating go-kart courses in the driveway. The good thing is they've always been competitive since they were little. They were in martial arts, and so they got to end. It always ended up being those two in the last part of the competition. It was Cash, Roman.
Yeah, we're competitive. Yep. I like to win more than him, though. No, that's not true.
So, which one of you is better?
Me.
Who's better at the simulator?
Me.
Who can eat the most pizza?
Me.
So, do you guys play basketball against each other?
Yeah.
Who's better?
Me. Yeah.
Oh, you're one up on him.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 2 up on him, actually. No, you're not. Yep. At Coda, I took first 2 times, and he took second.
Okay, he's 2 up on me. I'll get him back this weekend, though.
These F4 cars can hit speeds of up to 130 miles an hour, which begs the question, is it safe?
I try not to think about 130 miles an hour because I need to be as supportive to them so they can follow their dream and their passion. So I just make sure I protect them as much as possible with the best gear and the best helmet.
I mean, when they were in martial arts, I kind of look at it as they could get kicked in the head and knocked out, and you know, they were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and now they're racing cars. They actually have a full system. They have helmets, they have neck protection, so they're actually safer, I think, in the car than they actually were fighting in martial arts with a little foam helmet.
Racing is a lifestyle for the Felber family. They say they spend 2 to 2.5 weeks per month on the road, and they say it's all worth it.
You're going to be investing a lot into it, but you got to look at it like they're going to college or something like that. It's that investment in that education to get them, you know, to be the best.
As a mom, this is so much fun. They want to make it to Formula 1, and I know that they will, especially with their drive and their passion. So it's just so much fun to see 13-year-old kids, my kids, know exactly what they want to do and go for it.